Hello everyone and welcome back to our special coverage on the coronavirus outbreak. In our previous episodes, we've been looking at the medical teams fighting on the front lines, the many teams sent from Chongqing and all over China to Hubei to fight the epidemic, and today we're going to take a closer look at China's national strategy for combating the virus and preventing it from spreading any further. China has done well to coordinate a national response to sort of fight and contain the virus and preventing it from spreading. Resources from all over China have been sent to Hubei to concentrate on this major undertaking. If we can secure Wuhan city, we can secure Hubei province. If we can secure Hubei province, then we can secure all of China. In this war without smoke, to contain and prevent the further spread of the virus and the epidemic, Wuhan has become the sort of unintentional battleground in China's efforts to contain and control the spread of this virus. China is using a national response system called pairing assistance, which is somewhat unique to how China deals with this outbreak. The national system of pairing assistance means that a province or a major city will provide aid to another designated area in need of help. So currently there are 19 provincial regions and provinces that are sending assistance to 16 areas across Hubei province. Among them, Chongqing and Heilongjiang are sharing medical staff and supplies to a city called Xiaogan, about 40 kilometers northwest of Wuhan, where the epicenter is. Chongqing and Xiaogan have sort of a long-standing relationship and some ancient history. The Xiaogan township in Macheng in Hubei, which is no longer there actually, is considered to be the ancestral home of many local people in Chongqing. Many locals emigrated here about 600 years ago, so there's a sort of blood tie between these two cities, a strong historical bond that pushes Chongqing to go above and beyond. As of March 3rd, a total of 344 medical teams, about 42,322 or something medical staff, have been sent to Hubei to fight this epidemic. Chongqing has sent 18 teams to Xiaogan and a total of 812 medical workers and 6 experts as hospital leaders to train medical staff in the city's central hospital. A story has recently been released about an ICU director from the third affiliated hospital of Chongqing Medical University. His name is Jiang Lei, and he's an ICU director, and he was on the first team, on the first batch of medical personnel being sent from Chongqing to Hubei. Jiang Lei was one of the first doctors to submit an application to go to the contamination zone. In the beginning, the intensive care team encountered difficulties due to strained medical staff and the lack of equipment and poor conditions. He did a lot to overcome these problems on site. He's worked for 14 days straight, doing rounds and attending patients. He didn't tell his family about going to Hubei until the day before his departure, and he's now been working there for just over 44 days. This highly respected doctor has received lots of praise for his hard work and his dedication, which is great to see that there are people who put everything sort of forward to combat this. The efficiency of this national strategy also became apparent already on the evening of the Chinese Spring Festival, when the first team of 150 medical staff were sent from Chongqing to Hubei. It only took 6 hours to put the team together after the notice was issued by the central Chinese government, something that you wouldn't easily be able to accomplish in any other country, especially not leading up to what is the biggest holiday of the year. Chongqing has not only sent medical staff and supplies to Xiaogan, the city which they're designated for helping, they've also been sending other stuff that the city might need in the future. Now that spring is coming, it's important to start the farming season, and in this case, Chongqing has been sending spring farming supplies to Xiaogan, an estimated worth of about $5 million. Xiaogan has actually also received donations from Chongqing residents from all walks of life to about $2.8 million worth as well. The WHO has been praising China for its efforts in the control and prevention of the spread of the epidemic, especially in the last couple of weeks. The WHO director, Ghebreyesus, praised Chinese President Xi Jinping for his personal involvement in and knowledge of the prevention work, a rare display of leadership, he has said for it to be. Various departments in China have provided important support to Hubei, and the emergency management mechanism is very highly organized. The UN Secretary General praised the Chinese citizens, saying that they're sacrificing a lot from their normal lives in trying to help prevent the virus from spreading further. Sort of, the citizens of the country coming together and everyone playing their part. For most citizens, that just means, staying at home, avoiding other people, and avoiding the risk of contracting the virus yourself. China is now mainly focused on controlling the epidemic and stabilizing its economy, as well as social development. And so the epidemic situation in China, at least, is now on a positive trend. And the orderly resumption of work has been accelerating in recent weeks, meaning that more and more people are sort of returning to a more stable lifestyle. While many people are still working from home, there are more and more people who are returning to working in their factories, in their stores, and in other places. So now that spring is finally here, you can definitely tell that spring is in the air. The mood and the sort of overall situation is starting to improve. You see more people coming outside, couples walking their dogs and stuff. So life is slowly starting to return to normal. And while there's still lots to report on, and while this absolutely isn't over yet, I think it's fair to say that there is a positive outlook for most people now. That is it for this time. There's still plenty more to report on, so stay tuned for our next episode, and I will see you in the next one.